You know, we know that nearly all of the invisible threads in today's world connect in one way or another to energy. And we know it's extremely important to fully connect those connections. So for example, as you're charging your Chevy Volt, you feel pretty good. You feel pretty green. But if the electricity you're using was created from coal, and currently coal accounts for half of all electricity used in the United States, then in reality, you're actually creating a net loss driving your environmentally friendly car. And we have big plans for the future when it comes to electric vehicles. We're currently working with a major automotive company on a feasibility study for fully autonomous electrically powered vehicles. The implications flowing from vehicles that drive themselves are incredible. No accidents, no injuries, no drunk drivers, mobility and access for those too young for a license or too old to be driving their own car. No congestion, fewer vehicles. Except, where does the electricity that powers these vehicles come from? Well, believe it or not, we've already got that one covered. In April of 2009 in Washington, D.C., we made a huge announcement. The city of Babcock Ranch will be the world's first 100% solar-powered city. Florida Power & Light, a state-regulated investor-owned utility, has committed to build, in Babcock Ranch, the world's largest photovoltaic solar power generating facility. Time said, we'll be the first sunshine city in the Sunshine State. But let me tell you what really made this special. When I announced the world's first solar city, I shared the stage with representatives from the World Wildlife Fund, the National Audubon Society, and the Sierra Club, the oldest and largest grassroots environmental organization in the United States, founded by John Muir in 1892. Now there's an interconnection. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that real estate developers rarely find themselves standing shoulder to shoulder with environmentalists at a press conference. But we stunned our audience twice at our announcement in Washington. First, with the idea that an entire city will be powered by the world's largest solar array. And second, that it is possible for developers to earn the confidence and respect of the environmental community. However, it's not enough to just produce smart energy from solar power. You also need to route that energy through a smart grid that recognizes how and when customers use electricity. To accomplish this, you need smart devices in homes and businesses that give customers more options to use energy in the smartest possible way. You know, earlier I suggested that the city of Babcock Ranch will be a proving ground for IBM's Smarter Planet initiative. But to get a sense of the real value of the software that will pull all city systems together, all you need to do is talk to any resident of Babcock Ranch or any business that owns a facility in downtown Babcock Ranch. Now, they might not tell you that their community has a self-healing, auto-rerouting, digital transmission and distribution smart grid. But they probably will tell you that on those rare occasions when the power goes out, it's back again before you can find your flashlight. And smart software will make that difference. I can tell you from personal experience, when you start talking about power outages in Florida, get ready to hear some real horror stories. There are lots of people in this state who know what it feels like to lose power for a week or more. It could have been Katrina, or Wilma, or Dennis, or Charlie. But when you talk about power outages, you're going to hear about hurricanes, because hurricanes and power outages are interconnected. Future residents might not remember that our partnership with FLASH, the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, resulted in a building code that certifies the city of Babcock Ranch as a storm-safe community. But they're not likely to forget that they can shelter in their own home during a Category 3 hurricane. You know, we've been talking a lot about interconnections, and education is another extremely important invisible thread connecting to our city of tomorrow. At Babcock Ranch, you don't have to bring your kids to school because our city planners have brought the schools to you. Elementary schools or neighborhood schools located within the hamlets and villages. Middle and high school students will have their own campus located close to the downtown area. So when you leave work, you can be at your kid's soccer game in minutes. When the game ends, you can conveniently walk to a downtown restaurant. Our schools will be the focal point of the community, where parents, teachers, and students will stay connected through both digital resources and physical location. Now, you may have heard that when it comes to fitness and wellness, there's a mind-body connection. And research suggests that exercise is as good for your brain as it is for your body. I certainly hope that's true. So every smart city should have a gym. And our fitness and wellness center will begin with a state-of-the-art fitness facility. But then we'll take it a bit further. It will also include a lap pool, a warm water rehab pool, physical and occupational therapists on staff, yoga, nutrition, weight management, and separate workout rooms for beginners, women, and people over 55. And like everything in Babcock Ranch, fitness and wellness will be instrumented, interconnected, and intelligent. So if you choose, you will be able to collect and control a wide variety of data, and that data can be in your physician's office before you towel off and go home. And that information will get there quickly because there will be an abundance of bandwidth throughout Babcock Ranch. There will be unprecedented access, individual access to the network, where you will have absolute control over your data, your privacy, and your world. So, are we focused on technology? Yes. Energy, environment, education, transportation? Well, we couldn't call ourselves a smart city if it were otherwise. Fitness and wellness, storm safety, they're on the list with a lot of other things. You know, it might sound as if we're focusing on too many subjects and too many places all at the same time. But we're really just concentrating on one subject, the city of tomorrow. And the city of tomorrow has one system. It's the system of systems that creates context for all the city's connections. And that's the heart of a smart city. Not simply data, but the intelligent analysis of data. Rational tools will help us keep things interconnected, instrumented, and intelligent. That's the heart of what needs to happen and will happen in the 21st century. And not just at the city of Babcock Ranch, because there are cities of tomorrow to be built around the world. And if the 2 weeks I recently spent in China are any indication, countries around the world want smart cities. And we can take the global lead. Cities that will be as magnificent in the 21st century as Manhattan was in the 20th century, and maybe even a bit more livable. If something I've said this morning connects with you, and I hope something has, let's discuss it further during the coming week. We'll be in the Solutions Center every day, and we'd love to talk to you, so please make it a point to stop by. It could well be the beginning of a connection that leads to all kinds of remarkable things. Thank you very much.